Yes, happy Friday, everyone. This is Michael ALPOUGH. Welcome to the Life, Love, and Laughter Show. I am your host. I am the chief. I'm doing all the producing. I'm also my own editor. We're all doing it at once. I'm broadcasting on StreamYard. I want to welcome those who are in and those who are going to be watching later. It seems I have more people to watch later than I do on the live broadcast. But again, this is what it is. So I want to welcome you. It is Friday, which is, the end of the week, supposedly. But I was doing I thought about here, it's always Friday. We always kind of celebrate, that is, even though most of us work on Friday. And so what was made me really curious, because, it's about knowing your surroundings, what words are extremely important. We talked about the word FEAR this week, that how, words can define you. They can also cause an emotional expression within the brain. I mentioned about how when you say that word over and over and over again, you're going to start getting this thing in your gut. If you keep saying that word, okay, certain words, you want to eliminate from your vocabulary, that do not, that don't define you, or they change you. See, complex post-traumatic stress disorder is complex. And, it's already been proven that certain words not only cause a psychological effect, but even more now, a neurological in the mind. It causes an electric breakdown or electric signal that will continue to produce what certain words will do to you. Also name calling, like name calling. So I was just really curious about the week, the actual days of the week that we say every day. And so I just took a look back. I did started just looking into what do these days actually mean. And so I'm going to give you the meaning of the days of the week that we say every week. And what do they mean? Well, because when we say those names, like we're saying, it's Friday. Isn't this great? It's Friday. What are we actually saying? It's the sixth day of the week. Some call it the fifth. But really, in history and the way this was set up, Sunday is actually the first day. And so we're going to start with the actual days of the week. Okay, so, all right, so, and this is very interesting. I'm just going to give you a kind of a brief, you can go into this stuff deeper. I'm also going to do the months, but not in this video. So I just thought it would be really interesting to know, and maybe you don't know, that, everything has its own meaning. So let's start with Sunday. Sunday means pretty easy, the day of the sun. Okay, so it's the first day of the week, right? And which is considered in history that it's the first day of the week. And so the day, so they just considered it the day of the sun. All right, so you're giving, homage to the sun, which gives, everybody life and warmth, and, it helps, gives crops. So you want to have, the sun. So you give homage. That's the first thing, is giving homage to the sun. These come from Roman and Greek mythologies, even different influences. Northern Europe. You'll see some of these, how these are connected. All right. So in German, Sonntag, I think that's how it's pronounced. Sonntag, so S-O-N is actually the spelling for Sunday in German. So that's just how they call it, Sonntag, however they say it in German. I love to speak German. It's like one of the most, German and French is what I would like to one of these days learn how to speak. So that's pretty simple, okay? And then, all right, so the next day is Monday. All right. Monday meaning Moon Day. All right. Now I've always called it Money Day because, money's in there. You just basically change drop the D in Monday and it's money day. But it actually is moon. All right. So Sunday is giving homage to a sun. And, to have the sun, but also moon is for the night so that you can, so giving homage to the moon. The German word is Montag. For mon is, means moon. And then in French, lundi. So loon, I think is pronounced. Loon. Means moon. Loon means moon. Okay. So that's how they say it. Lundi, and Germans say Montag. So Monday is actually giving homage to the moon. Now, in the pagan, back in the pagan days, which really the pagan days means before Christianity. All right. So these were actually named before even there was Christianity, as far as my information. Okay. And that's why we have these after this. So they actually worship the sun and the moon. Okay. So this is giving homage to the first two things, the sun and the moon, which is basically, the atmosphere, praying for that. Okay. So now we get into some really kind of interesting things here. So Tuesday is named after Tuz, T-I-U, Tuz Day, and Tuz is considered the god of war. Okay, so named Tuesday after the pagan god Tuz. Okay, so we're actually giving homage to Tuesday when we say it is about this particular day. So it's getting considered in the pagan. These are all even holidays, okay, because they're about worship. Okay, so who you're going to bow down to, whoever that day is back in them times. All right, so it's really weird because Tuesday, like as an American or whatever, you see it as two, like the second day of the actual week, which is Monday, Money Day, Tuesday, second day. You know what I mean? But again, it doesn't mean that. It's named after a pagan god named Tu, T-I-U. Okay. Let's go to the next here. Wednesday, weird name, Wednesday. Okay. Really weird. So it's actually in honor of Woden. Okay. But most of us know him as Odin. Okay. Odin. And Odin was considered the chief god. Now they switched kind of stuff. Everything went to planets and all that kind of stuff. So I don't want to go into that because this can go real deep. I just want to keep it in a light frame here. So you go back and you know, look at these people, you can see that, you know, most of them are, these guys are Tuesday and Wednesday here are basically war gods. All right. This should be a popular one here. Thursday is named after Thor. Thor's Day. And you've already seen one of the biggest selling movies is Thor. Okay. And of course, he had the hammer. And so the, you know, it's funny because it's like huge. Who's huge? Okay. And who was in there? I think wasn't in the movie. I think wasn't, I see, I don't watch him, but wasn't his father named Odin? I want to say his father was Odin. Okay. Yeah. Anthony Hopkins. Okay. He was Odin, right? Yeah, it makes sense. All right. Okay. So Friday, Freya's Day. Freya's Day. This one blew me away. Okay. So Freya's Day, by the way, this is the only day for the woman. There is no, everything else is male. And this is the token or singled out only person. And, you know, Freya's Day, she was Odin's wife. Okay. And so it's about basically about love, you know, devoted that name to her. Right. She's, you know, the known as the goddess of love. You know, she's affiliated with the planet Venus. Okay. So a lot of these are, they're now, you'll see if you go look through this, it goes from the people, you know, these gods like Zeus, and then they change him to a planet. Okay, so like even Thor, what is this here? Oh, a second. Here's my notes. Yes. Okay. Let me back up here. All right. So on Thor's Day, also is the thunder. Okay. So Thor is thunder also, and so when there was thunder, you know, it was the wrath of Thor. Okay. So it's like struck by lightning or something like that. It was Thor, you know, control, you know, coming to get you with his thunder. So I want to make sure I put that in there. So I want to get back here. So this is the only woman who's actually in this, right? So it was Odin's wife, and basically, you know, it was paying homage to her. And so finally, it's Saturday. Well, Saturn's Day. Saturn's Day, named after the planet. You know, Saturn's Day of the rings. The rings. It's like a wedding. You know, like a ring. You know, and so there's a lot of what, you know, described of Saturn, you know, and the sun being one, and all this. You can go in and look at this as this type of a history that you know want if you want to see it. But you know, basically, our actual names of the week are pagan. So this is before Christianity, basically. And you know, things have kind of been changed or anything around it. You know, now you have different affiliations with every day, just like Friday, you know. But you know, in today we're actually, you know, by saying that name, we're celebrating, or you know, even without knowing it, that we're giving homage to these pagan entities or gods or whatever they were called at the time. So I found that it was very interesting, and you know, it you know, even though I've kind of known this, you know, I've done it. I studied it before, so I have forgotten it. Really, I just like needed to go. I mean, it's easy to go Saturday, Saturn Day, Sunday, the sun, Monday, moon, But then you start getting into the rest of them. It's like really weird. It's like, wow, why are we doing this? So my next is going to be I don't know if I'm going to do it today, but I will be going over the months. The months are really interesting on how the months all came about. And so, I'm about giving you information for life so you can understand your surroundings. Sometimes you don't know your surroundings. I've been, in my gut has always been in my spirit was to know your surroundings. Be very familiar with what you're around. What is your system? What is being bombarded into you? So you want to understand that. Okay. The more information that you can make you become an adult of your mind, an adult of your thought. And ladies and gentlemen, the war that's really going on is in the mind. And when you can control your thoughts, when someone can control your thoughts, then you can do anything for them and that you don't even know you're doing. Okay. So I hope this video helped just to get you an idea of, again, what are our surroundings? What are we being told? And what are the actual meaning of things? Because they do mean, everything means something, everything. And so some things are more important than others. But this is, when I discovered it again, it always gives me a pause. It's like, well, this is like thousands and thousands. This is old. Why hasn't this been changed? But tradition lies and tradition stays. And so this is what we've been stuck with for a long time. So, again, I hope this information helped you to define a little bit more about our surroundings and what each day of the week and what we actually give homage to. So I'm going to be back a little bit later on, and I wish you a great afternoon. I will be back. And I really want you to know I appreciate anyone who's coming in and who will be seeing this later. There's so many different things I'm going to add. I'm still working on my comedy show. It is coming soon, probably going to be next week. So I'm really excited about that. And I can't wait to do that for you. So when your mind is troubled, fill it with love, fill it with love. Hey, fill it with some love, man. Let that cup run it over. Tell yourself you love yourself. I love you. And I love some me too.